What's going on? It's DarksideJedi coming out with another comic book video. I gotta say I apologize for the delay in getting a new video out. I had posted 2 back-to-back weeks, and then the third week I did 3 weeks in a row, and then I kind of slacked. It's been 2.5 weeks or so since I posted a video. But, you know, life gets in the way sometimes of the things we love, so we have to, of the fun things we love, right? So sometimes we got to take a break, but I'm back and I'm ready to go with another awesome video. I want to say happy Halloween. It's close. We are a few days away from the greatest holiday on earth, and I'm really excited about it. Got my costume, got parties to go to, got the kids' costumes. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw the little clip of my son in his Deadpool costume. So we're super stoked. Yeah, ready to go. So what I thought, since I like to do themes on the comic book collection videos, something I'm trying to do a little bit differently. I hope you guys enjoy it. A lot of the videos that I see are, you know, you guys' weekly haul or monthly hauls, or, you know, books that you have in a collection that you've been building up. So, you know, I'm not really in a super buy mode right now. Yes, I get my Wednesday pull list, but I'm not buying a ton of stuff off eBay. If I do, it's onesie, twosie kind of things. So I don't know if I ever gave a backstory, but the stuff I'm showing, the majority is coming from Big 12 long box buy I did probably about 6 months ago, and you know, I'm working my way through it, and I'm finding some really awesome stuff, and I'd like to share that with you. So the title is My Comic Collection instead of, you know, comic book haul. Eventually, once I run out of ideas, I'll start doing haul videos, kind of like everyone else does, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to do these themes. So this week's theme is Halloween. And I want to show all the books, well, some of the books that I have, even though it'll feel like it's all the books. I have quite a big stack. So I hope you like long videos, because I think this might be one. But I want to show the books that I feel fit the Halloween vibe, the Halloween feeling. They invoke Halloween thoughts. So what better way to start than showing this Walking Dead deluxe action figure? It's a McFarlane Toys. I think this is a fantastic figure. Nice 10-inch. Rick Grimes, Walking Dead. You know, I mean, this thing is sweet. The box is pretty sweet too. Posable. You know, you can take his arm off and switch it. Either get the pistol or the rifle. I'd like to get those other characters too, but right now, you know, the Rick is pretty sweet. They're screwing with the wrong people, man. End of season 4, fantastic. And it's back. We're ready. We're ready for some more Walking Dead. I know I am. So on to the comic books. First one we have here is iZombie, another TV show, comic book TV show. Seems like we've got all sorts of TV shows. Whoever thought, man. I love it, because what it is, you know, I didn't really collect comic books as a kid. I was more into baseball cards and things like that. Fortunately, not Beanie Babies, because, you know, we know what happened with that. But baseball cards, things like that. But I still loved the comic book stuff, you know. Batman 66 TV show. I have pictures of me as a kid sitting in my bat boat, my inflatable bat boat, and watching Batman on TV. You know, all the movies that came out. Batman, the 1989 Batman, went and saw it when my dad won tickets from a radio station. We got to go to a premiere, and man, it was so exciting. I was the Joker that Halloween. My brother was Batman. It was so much fun, you know. So, you know, my collecting now has started. It was about 3 years ago. So, you know, I missed a lot of the older fun stories. I'm catching up on all of them now. But the thing that I think is so great is because, you know, back then, you looked at, you know, people who read comic books, you know, it was like the nerds, you know, they were playing Dungeons and Dragons in the basement and all this stuff. Hey, I'm all about that. I have nothing, there is nothing wrong with that kind of stuff. But guess what? Those nerds, geeks, whatever you want to call them, normal cool dudes is what I call them, are now executives in Warner Brothers and Disney and Marvel Studios and all these places, and they're putting out some fantastic stuff of the things they grew up with loving, right? So we are very blessed to have our generation now in the power of Hollywood, and we're getting some sweet, sweet stuff. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, there's too much, there's too much. You know what? There can never be too much. That's like saying I have too many comic books. I can never have too many. I mean, yes, I can if it's like all in my room. I look like a hoarder of papers and books. But guess what? I mean, as long as they're quality, there's never too much. Never too much. Have you ever said, oh man, I eat too much chocolate? Or, oh man, I eat too much ice cream or too much pizza? Yeah, you get full, but you eat some more the next day. So, you know, quit your bitching about too much awesome comic book television and movies, okay? If the quality declines, then yes, you have every right to say what you want, that it's too much garbage. But right now, we have quality. So iZombie is a book that I think is a fantastic Halloween start. Here is Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. I think this is a really, really cool book. I think this is the second print variant. Who doesn't love Evil Dead? Who doesn't love Nightmare on Elm Street? Who doesn't love Friday the 13th? I know I do. And putting all three of them together in one book, sweet. If you like comic books, I'm sure you've heard of Kevin Smith. If you've heard of Kevin Smith, I'm sure you've heard of Comic Book Men on AMC after The Walking Dead. Well, not really. It's on at midnight. But the point is, Walt Flanagan and Brian Johnson wrote this creepily amazing, freaky, scary story. And this cover, I thought, deserved a place on this show and tell. Because, hey, if that creepy pig mask guy came looking for me, I think I would faint or I would run away pissing myself for sure. Here is Damon #1. This is the New York Comic Con variant. I have the regular cover as well. I just couldn't find it for this video. But what a great story. It's a story about the day people in a vampire's community. So these are the guys who go out and they do things during the day. If you remember Blade, remember that cop that got stopped and he's like, where's so-and-so? And he's like, whatever. Those are day men. And this guy is awesome. This story is awesome. It's kind of sporadic. I think issue 8 came out today, but it's been forever to get these issues out. Here's the second cover I have. This is the San Diego Comic-Con variant. So another sweet cover. Speaking of vampires, we have American Vampire by Scott Snyder, Raphael Albuquerque, Stephen King. This is volume 1. Fantastic story. And Scott Snyder is a brilliant writer. If you're not reading Scott Snyder stuff, you're missing out, because you got Batman, current Batman, you've got this, you've got the Volume 2 of American Vampire, you've got The Wake, you've got Severed, I believe, is one of his. You've got some older, the older Batman stuff. I think Gates of Gotham maybe is one where he worked on with someone, a collaboration, and the Detective Comics run where it's the Black Mirror story. So great Scott Snyder stuff. Oh, and another couple books I'll show you in a minute. No Halloween viewing would be complete without an issue of Spawn #1. This is the night newsstand variant, very nice condition. I do have, I think, 1 through 9, one set of 1 through 9, and I have another set of 1 through 43 with some higher issues sporadically intertwined, just like this one, Spawn #150. I put this on here because this is sweet. I think this is the sketch variant, Todd McFarlane, 150th Spawn. Fantastic, fantastic cover. I love it. Image Comics puts out a ton of good stuff. This is a fairly new book. Joshua Williamson, if you know him, you know that he wrote this. He wrote a book called Nailbiter, and he's writing Birthright, which is, all three of these are fantastic books. But Ghosted fits with the Halloween theme here. Ghosted #1 is so fantastic. The story, it's like 20 issues, so it's really, and I don't think they're that expensive. You could probably all get them for all cover at your local bookstore, or just get the trades. But it's basically a guy who is in prison. He's like a thief, master thief. This guy comes up to him. He's like, I'm going to give you all this money. I need you to do me a job. And he's like, what is it? He's like, go into this house and steal a ghost. Dude, I'm in. Hook, line, and sinker. Here's Ghosted #9. I spoke about Nailbiter, and this is the first appearance of Nailbiter. I love the book, Nailbiter. I think the character is amazing. I don't know, it's a new character. It doesn't get that much hype, but it's worth noting that this is his first character. Who knows if they'll ever make a TV show or a movie or something over it. I could see why. I mean, they kind of have. Here's Nailbiter #1. They kind of have, because this book is kind of like Silence of the Lambs-ish, right? Because it's a serial killer who is helping the cops track down another serial killer. This guy like bites the nails off his victims post-mortem. It's freaky, nasty, and awesome. But what a great cover! What a great cover! Here is Outcast #1. Robert Kirkman, brilliant writer. Another TV show in the works. But what isn't? Every book on the shelf these days is going to be a TV show or a movie. Here's another Robert Kirkman, fantastic book. Obviously, everyone should know what this is. I don't have this. Honestly, this is probably the only Walking Dead book I own, which is sad. I really didn't get into the collecting of them by then. They're so friggin' expensive. #1, forget it. I have all the trades, though. But I heard a little tip on this one, and I picked it up for pretty cheap. As a matter of fact, I picked up 2 of them, because that's just how I roll. If I can get them cheap, I'm going to get them. But someone said, I think one of the videos I was watching of you guys was like, look for this book. The upcoming season is going to have the, Negan, and this is the first appearance of Negan. And it's also a very landmark event that happens with a major character. I won't give any spoilers away. But hey, and it's the second print variant. I guess it's a little bit less of a print run, so that's always nice. If you've got 1 million copies and this is only 500,000, hey, it's still 500,000 though. I mean, it's a ton. And I don't think those are the real numbers, but you can see what I'm saying. When somebody goes, oh, it's a lower print run. Yeah, but what does that mean? If there's 6 million books and it's 1 of every 100, that's what, 600,000 books that are out there? So that, ooh, my, I have a 1 in 100, but there's almost 1 million out there. So, I don't know. Variants to me sometimes are a hit or miss. They're hot for the moment, and then they go down. So when it comes to variant buying, buy what you love. Because if you buy what you love, it doesn't matter what the price is, right? It doesn't, it doesn't matter what the price becomes. If it's high, great. If it's not, fine. But you love it. You buy stuff to flip. You're going to spend a little bit of money and maybe lose on the variant game. But hey, that's just a little opinion from your Uncle DarksideJedi. All right, speaking of Scott Snyder, and this grouping needs to be definitely part of a Halloween book list, and that's Witches. Witches #1, fantastic storyline. I love it. It's creepy. Scott Snyder does some fantastic horror. The Wake and Sever are two storylines I definitely recommend, along with this one. An awesome series so far. And guess what? Movie. There's #3, #4, #5. I love this cover. This is just, I don't know, it's so simple but so awesome. And #6. All right, it's ongoing, so there's going to be more. I hope there's more because I love reading it. All right, another group of books that I think is important in any Halloween showing is Blackest Night. Green Lantern. This Green Lantern run is their zombie take. You know, Marvel had their Marvel zombies. I can honestly say this one, I believe, in my heart of hearts, in my opinion, and I know that doesn't really go very far, but the Blackest Night series is so much better than the Marvel zombies. But that's my opinion. But I'm also a DC guy, so, you know, take that with what you want. I'm going to bet on black every single time, and that's Blackest Night. So here's the prologue, Green Lantern #43. Blackest Night #1. #2, great cover. #3, 4, oops. #5. #6, man. This is a fantastic cover, so colorful. Colorists really don't get their due, and I think this is a very good job. #7 and #8. Blackest Night, fantastic. This is actually, Blackest Night was actually the first storyline I read, the entire arc. Not just the 8 books. I wrote everything. Everything. That was a lot of reading. And you know what? Coming in late is actually nice because you kind of, like, you get to marathon a TV show. You get to marathon a bunch of books. You don't have to wait for them to come out. So you get that whole story. It's like reading a trade, but 100 books instead of one big bound book. All right, here's Batman, Nosferatu, An Elseworld's Tale. I haven't read this yet. I'm definitely going to, but man, that image invokes some scary nightmares, at least for me. That Nosferatu movie is some creepy stuff. And I think this definitely belongs in a Halloween story, or a Halloween video for comic books. All right, here we go. We got Grimm's Ghost Stories. I think this is the 5th issue of the series. This is a gold key, 15-cent Silver Age, and wow, cool. That cover is sweet. Ooh, love the creepy old, you know, ghost stories, horror stuff. We've got House of Mystery #179. I love these House of Mystery books. They're creepy. The covers, all the covers are great. This is Neil Adams, so I believe it's Neil Adams. If it's not, please correct me. I always, you know, am very open to suggestions or topics or you know, hey, you were wrong. Look up your stuff. You know, do some research before you put a video out. Well, sometimes you just don't have the time. All right, X-Men #21. The first U.S. appearance and in color. Amazing. Or no, maybe not first U.S. appearance, right? It's the first appearance in color. I don't know. I get these confused. There's a San Diego Comic-Con book that might have its first appearance in color or something, or in black and white in America, or whatever. You know what? I'm glad to have it. It's Hellboy. It's Halloween, and what better book to have than Hellboy? Here is Action Comics #872. Man, this is a new one in the Action Comics series, February of '09. But hey, I put it on here because it's got the Creature Commandos on the cover. And what better way to celebrate Halloween than to have Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Medusa, and some weird, you know, robot dude. I don't even know who he is. All on the same cover fighting. I actually did make a purchase today. I'll be getting it in the mail, hopefully in the next few days, of Weird War number 93, which is the first appearance of the Creature Commandos. But it's also, I noticed, because it was a little bit expensive, is the first appearance of Lieutenant Shriver or something like that from Arrow. Who is that? Because I don't know. Maybe is it an upcoming character? I don't remember. Batman number 189, The Fright of the Scarecrow. What Halloween expose would be complete without a scarecrow? And this is the first Silver Age appearance. Speaking of appearances, we've got SpiderMan, Amazing Spider-Man, number 244. This is the third appearance of the Hobgoblin, but also a very nice Halloween cover. Flying, exploding pumpkins. Speaking of pumpkins, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 279, and that is Jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, boy. That is definitely a Halloween character if I've ever seen one. I don't know if this is his first appearance or just an appearance, but hey, nonetheless, it's sweet. Little Marvel Spotlight, number 12, The Son of Satan. This is the origin of Damon Hellstrom, The Son of Satan. And a cool book. Great Halloween vibes right there. If you're gonna show the Son of Satan, you gotta show the Devil's Daughter, and that's Satana. And this is her first self-titled book. All right, the master of the mystic arts, and a good addition to this YouTube video, Doctor Strange number 1. I mean, that cover is awesome. Probably one of my favorite covers in comic books. I would say probably top 3, easy. If not the number 1 cover. But there's, I don't know, that might be stretching it, but top 3, easy. All right, a little bit more of Doctor Strange. Here is a few of the Marvel premieres featuring Doctor Strange. In fact, a little interesting historical tidbit. This book actually was published before Doctor Strange number 1, so in the order of appearances, this one comes before that, Doctor Strange number 1. And that's Marvel premiere number 3. We've got Marvel premiere number 4, a fantastic cover there with some spawn of Sliggeth, some vampire zombies or something. Number 5. Number 6 is missing. This is number 7. Number 8 is missing. This is number 9. Creatures from the Crypt. Some creepy demon things, man. Woo! Happy Halloween. Sleep tight. And number 10, The Death of the Ancient One. I will be getting the complete run of this Marvel Premiere series, by the way, because they're just too awesome. All right. So you know what? I'm going to actually take a break because we got 22 minutes into this video, maybe a little bit longer. So I'm going to pause this one and we'll come back with some more. Part 2 of the Halloween Spooktacular comic books. This is DarksideJedi saying thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy these videos. Again, comment, like, tell your friends, subscribe. You know, we're all going to keep this community thriving. I love watching your videos. Keep making them. I'll keep making them. Okay? And remember, the most important thing about anything, about collecting comics, or collecting anything for that matter, if you buy what you love, you'll love what you buy. And that's it. See you in a little bit with part 2.